Well, I've officially quit my job. Something that has been so stable in my life, one of the only stable things that I've had for so long, and something that I feel like I'd never be able to kick that leap or take that leap. I've officially quit my job. Boys, we're going full time on this. We're going full hard out on this. Why are we doing this? Because, god damn it, man, we're chasing that goddamn freaking dream. Literally the whole goal of sending the car to the US was to try and make it where we could get to the point where we could somehow make this sustainable enough where we can turn this into a full-time job. Now, I don't expect or care to ever be a millionaire, rich and famous from YouTube and whatnot, but god damn it, the idea of traveling around America or traveling around the world with my mates doing skids, being able to pay the bills, holy shit, that sounds enticing to me. Now, I know everyone has different dreams and whatnot, but for me, my dream is to quite literally travel the world in clickbait and just be comfortable, have some freedom. And to me, freedom is just not having anyone to answer to, being able to do your own thing. I feel like it unlocks more creatively and pushes you to do more. And man, these last couple trips, they've changed me as a human being. The way that you learn, the way you've got to push through certain things. Sure, the highs are freaking unreal. They're amazing, but the lows, oof. They come in hard too. It's not all smooth traveling. There is always something like, motherfucker, you are earning this shit. You are working for it. Sure, it looks like we're living the absolute dream. Hey, and don't get me wrong, we are. But it is not easy. And I know that there's a lot of people that would have already given up, packed up, and sent everything home by now, long time ago, if they weren't keen to just push through. But don't get me wrong, this is the greatest experience I've ever had in my life. I would not change it for anything. And like, it's grown relationships and bonds that I never thought that I'd have. The boys that I was with on the last trip, holy shit, we're thicker than brothers now. Like, Kieran and I have been friends for years with cuddles, but like building that bond even stronger. Meeting Austin along the way. Jacko, the funniest thing about Jacko is that like we legitimately lived 10 minutes from each other in Sydney. And before America, we'd never talked, we'd never hung out. We go to every one of the same comps. It's just that crazy how like, because the scene's so big here and there's so many people, you just kind of stick to your groups. And then being out of your comfort zone, it shows you how similar of a person you really are. And it just shows the bond between all of us it's crazy. It's the same with all the Aussies that have gone over there. We've all been going to the same comps for years, and now I feel like we just have this crazy bond because of the amount of shit that we've been through, which is so freaking awesome. But yes, now it is time to be try and be the best adult that I can be. Put your big boy pants on, because it's time to go full send, boys. It's time to freaking grab life by the nuts and go full send with this. So that's literally why, as soon as I'd gotten back, no more than 11 days later, I've booked my flights back to America. Gonna be there for a couple months, probably from like the start to middle-ish of September. So I'm leaving on the 10th, which is next week. And I'm gonna be over there for a couple months until mid to late November. Come back for Christmas with the family, and then do summer nats, and then heck, probably go back again. I necessarily don't want to live there just yet. I love too many things about home still. Happy to just go back and forward between the two, but it's just so much easier to really make shit happen over there. Now, things that are coming up. Today me and Benny leave for Power Cruise Queensland. So freaking stoked. Tim's given me the keys to the VB, which is absolutely insane. So we're gonna have a full weekend of Thai frying with the boys before we head off, which is gonna be super sweet. And then I think tomorrow night, we're gonna jump on the Winging It podcast with the boys. Man, we got some epic stories that we've been saving specifically for a podcast. Legitimately, a story kind of like that if it was written down as like a movie script, people would complain that it was too far-fetched. But I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Me and Kieran, and Jacko if he's on it. Holy shit. Like, you can't even explain it. It is going to be absolutely wild. And then a full weekend of Thai shredding with the boys, and then we take off for America again. Now, I bet you're wondering, what's Indy doing with all this stuff? When's she coming? Where's she been? We're going to go over this really quick, really smooth. Indy and I are no longer together. Now, it's not a massive fucking bombshell. It's nothing crazy, anything like that. simply just going in two different directions. We still want the absolute best for each other. It's not the end of the world. We're both just growing and going different ways. So that's probably like why I haven't seen her around for a long time. It's nothing major. We still want each other to succeed. We still want the best for each other. It was all healthy, all good. But just so that everyone else is up to date, Indy and I are no longer together. So, moving on from that, we're putting that in a box, packaging that up, pushing that to the side. It's acknowledged, we're good, no more talking about it. We're going to move on to what we're doing back in the States. So straight away, Carl from 1320, he was nagging us to come, begging us on his knees. He wasn't on his knees, but at Power Cruise, he was really he really wanted us to come. And you know what, I was looking at it and I was like, man, if I make the stretches, if I stretch the funds, I might be able to make ICC, Ice Cream Cruise, which is his event in Nebraska. Then I was like, shit, I don't think I'm going to have a job to come back to if I do that. So with a combination of what we just spoke about, and then just like the puzzle pieces of life falling together. Like I said, big boy pants on, time to go full send. So I was like, cool, we're booking a ticket straight away. We're going back. I'm going to go catch up with my boy Austin while we wait a couple weeks before Jacko comes back. I don't think Kieran's going to come on this trip, but we're pretty much just going to load up, head more or less straight for Nebraska, and it's time to go full send, and we're kicking that off with the Ice Cream Cruise in Nebraska. I feel like I've said Nebraska a million times now. Then we're going to have a couple week break period. So I don't know if we're just going to do a holiday or if we're actually going to we'll plan some content. We'll plan some freaking content. I feel like I've got such a backlog at the moment that it's so hard to keep up. My ADHD tells me that I hate with fucking backlogs and stuff because then it just sits there and it never does anything. So once we do that, a couple weeks floating around, then we're heading to Vegas for SEMA. That's the big dog. I am so freaking keen for that. We don't know if Burnout Wars or if Hoonigan, we don't know who's hosting the Burnyard, but either way, I'm taking Clickbait to SEMA and I'm doing skids, and I would love to drive down the strip as well. So that's got to happen. And Scott Durnell and a couple of his friends are going to be joining us for that as well. They're hiring an RV, and then we're going to road trip across the entire country again, which is like 4,000 Ks. And we're going to make it down to Cletus and Cars at the Freedom Factory. So between Cletus and Cars at the Freedom Factory and SEMA in Vegas, those are like two of the biggest reasons that I really wanted to send my car over there. So this is big time. I'm like super excited for it. Can't thank like sponsors and whatnot enough, like Jegs. Jegs have helped make so much of this possible. So I've got a lot coming up on the near horizon. My life's literally been flipped upside down in the last couple of weeks. Like, this is the last time you'll see us in this house. I know you've never really seen anything in this house anyways. I think I filmed one video and I was talking about the container and when it's meant to arrive and yada yada, which ended up getting taken down for copyright somehow. But yeah, this is the last time that you see me in this house. Pretty much I'll have 2 days once we get back from Power Cruise. Pack all my shit and get out. So I'm literally going to be homeless in Australia. Oh, that is so going in the title. I quit my job, we broke up, homeless, let's go. Something like that. But yeah, I'm literally not going to have a home within Australia, which is crazy. I'm going to have more of a home with an RV over in America with the wagon than I'm going to have back here, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to come back to literally, like I just said, homeless, jobless, ready to take over the world, which I am freaking super excited for. Alright, I have no idea how long this video is, but like, so many questions have been pouring in recently, and I feel like this is the best way to answer them all at once kind of thing, and also just keep you guys updated. So from here, literally packing my stuff, going to meet Benny, and we're heading to Power Cruise Queensland. Let's go, boys. Like I said, the journey's been wild so far. It is freaking about to step it up, and it's about to be next level. Let's go, guys. Let's fucking go!